and welcome back to the channel, everyone. We're talking miscellaneous premium collections today. Are these products worth it for long-term investors and collectors? We're going to find out together. Also, stay tuned to later in the video where you can learn how to win 2 packs of 151 opened up for you on our next Rip and Ship giveaway. Welcome to PokeMarketLab. All right, everyone, let's get into it. We're talking miscellaneous premium products today. These are different types of collections. So we have premium collections, we have sometimes these other miscellaneous products like these binder collections and so on and so forth. Lots of different names. They're really large products is what it is at the end of the day. And a lot of people ask themselves, you know, is this worth it from an investment standpoint, from a collection standpoint? And a lot of that's going to depend on what type of person you are. If you're just ripping packs, these are a fantastic option because you can, sometimes get these at MSRP pricing. And certainly if you're getting MSRP pricing, it's really a good option for packs because your per pack price matters tremendously. And it's sometimes in some situations, like for this Crown Zenith collection, it's the lowest we ever saw a Crown Zenith pack. So very, very good option from that standpoint where you don't have to worry about, finding a place to store this for a long period of time. You're just going to open it, hopefully recycle what you can from it, and then rip the packs. Looking at, rip and shippers really love these as well. They can buy them in volume typically. And a lot of these we see from some premium membership places. So Costco, Sam's Club, and places like that. But sometimes we see them like this Legendary Warriors collection at Walmart too. So, for me, I've certainly ripped my fair share of these. A fantastic product to be able to just, again, get packs to rip for, an extremely cheap price. Market's kind of caught on to that. One of the benefits of these is the pack contents and the breakdown of the packs. So for instance, Crown Zenith, Sea and Sky collection just has Crown Zenith, pretty straightforward. But when you get something like this, which is the Legendary Warriors collection here, this one has a bunch of different packs from all over Sword and Shield. And so one of the benefits there is if maybe you didn't get exposure to some of these sets in Sword and Shield, you can get exposure to a bunch of these sets with one box. So instead of having to get an ETB or booster box from a bunch of different sets in Sword and Shield era, as those sets rise, you get exposure to these with a Legendary Warriors collection. So as those sets start to rise, this box will rise with it. Not a direct result of the packs in that set rising, but you will get some benefit here. We've seen this with I think it was the Heavy Hitters collection, the original one that had Evolving Skies in it, right? As Evolving Skies started to go up, well, that original collection had Evolving Skies in it. So it's going to bring the price of that box up long term if you really care about that box price, if you're more in the investing side. So this is kind of like an index fund for an era like that, again, where you're getting a bunch of different products in this set. So for this set we have here, let's see, we got Silver Tempest in here, we get some Fusion Strike, which does extremely well. Let's see, Astral Radiance, not terrible. Let's see, what else do we have in here? I think that was pretty much it. Is there Brilliant Stars in here? But again, you're getting exposure to a bunch of different sets, which can be really beneficial. One thing we also want to talk about here is this is one of my favorite collection boxes here, premium collections. So this is EV Evolutions. This was a GameStop exclusive. I was gobbling these up when they were like $30, $40 a box, and now they're, I think, closing in on like 160. Some of these, like this one, will carry a premium in box. So we're going to talk about in a second, is it worth storing these long term? I think that's really going to be your biggest barrier. Some of these do carry a premium sealed. This is one of them. So if you break down the per pack price right now in the market, as well as all these beautiful promo cards, you're about $100 in market price right now with the contents of the box, but the box itself is selling for about $160. So this box sealed, outside of it, it's greater than the sum of its parts, so to speak, where the box itself sealed is carrying a premium right now. So this is just this goes to show that beautiful box design, especially with beautiful promos. Even though the promos and everything inside is worth money, the box sealed is carrying a bit of a premium. So before you just buy these and break them down, I want you to keep that in mind, is that some of these, like especially this one, is going to be worth it sealed. But you can tell the difference here, right? Looking at this box, binder collection here, I think looks pretty good. I think this may carry, I don't know if this will carry a premium because that binder is a little bit weird having that in the box. It takes up a lot of space in that box. But if it looks good, if it's visually appealing, it might be something you want to keep sealed instead of breaking it down from packs. But again, that's going to go back to your volume, okay? The volume of storing these things. They're massive. It's certainly, let's talk about some math on these. So I broke down some math on these from a storage standpoint, took some measurements, broke it down into square feet volume, and then kind of figured out the packs per square foot. So Sea and Sky collection is 39 packs per square foot. And then the ETB for Crown Zenith, and remember, ETBs are not great from a per pack standpoint in terms of storage space to begin with, was 101 packs per square foot. So 160% better storage on the ETB versus the Sea and Sky. So again, that's going to be your big limitation. If you're buying these to rip packs, fantastic, it doesn't matter. If you're storing them long term, there's two things you got to keep in mind. You got to keep in mind that, actually three. You got to keep in mind that storage space. That's going to be a huge problem. You also need to keep in mind, if you're storing this as a collector and investor, if you're going to liquidate this, if you're going to have a liquidation event at some point in the future, however long that is down the road, you're going to have to get this to someone. If that's selling to a local store or someone on Facebook Marketplace, not a huge deal. If you got to ship these, this is a pain in the butt. Even receiving them, these come in these massive boxes. If you're buying a bunch of these at the same time, they are huge. I cannot understate how big they are. So if you're storing them sealed like this, and there is reason to store some of these sealed, again, some of them will carry a premium on the sealed versus the contents in the box. It's something to keep in mind. The other thing I want to talk about, when we're storing booster boxes, we're storing ETBs, there's certain considerations about how those pieces store. ETBs store fantastically well. They have a plastic seal on the outside, and even then they still have a really rigid cardboard, so they can stack extremely well. Booster boxes, regular booster boxes, have that plastic seal. They don't stack as well because they don't have, the cards are kind of doing a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of the stack and the volume of the box, but the per pack storage efficiency there's almost nothing better, right? When you come to these, there's no plastic on the outside. It's just cardboard. It's literally it's a touch thicker than cereal box cardboard. And take it from someone who's been through a couple of issues storing these, they don't store well. You have to be very, very careful. They're going to be humid dependent. I had a very, very tiny leak in my storage area. I caught it pretty quickly, but unfortunately I lost a couple boxes that I really, really loved because they don't store well. So I kind of figured out that, if we're storing things closer to the ground, I'm going to keep my ETBs closer to the ground because they just weather things like water a lot better. These will not weather anything well. Even shipping to you is another thing. Again, they're just, if they're not packed well, this guy here actually has a little damage on the corner. I have some B-roll of, they're very susceptible to that. The other thing, it's susceptible to dust too. See all this area in here? This is all open. You can get a lot of dust if you don't store it. If you're going to store them, you almost want to store them either vertically or on this face down, so that way it's kind of covered and you're not getting as much dust accumulation on the inside there. So when it comes to decisions about buying these, if you're, again, a long-term person, if you're going to hold these as from an investment standpoint or collecting standpoint, you need to figure out the storage space first. If you have the storage space, these are almost always going to win versus almost any other product because it's like the cost to get these per pack price is really low. And if the storage isn't really a consideration, if you don't have to worry about that, if you've thought about that through, then the per pack price on these is almost always the way to go. So we've really seen a sea shift from the Pokemon Company on printing these. They're really using these. We've seen this on the Legendary Warriors collection was one of the last few things for Sword and Shield to be printed. Crown Zenith, Sea and Sky is, as far as I can tell, so far as we've seen so far, the last thing that was printed for Crown Zenith. So it's kind of that last hurrah to be able to get some of those products. So again, if you have a Sam's Club membership, if you have a Costco membership, if you see these and the per pack price looks good, snatch them up. Just be sure you can store them long term. And again, a great exposure to an era when you have packs in here that are really good, that you really like, especially again, if you're not, if maybe you've been priced out. This is a great opportunity when Sword and Shield was really, getting expensive to get one of the best per pack prices and get exposure to a bunch of sets. All right, let's talk about that giveaway. We're going to give away 2 packs of 151. And to enter, all you got to do, you got to be subscribed. Obviously, if you can, give me a like and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of this type of product. And in a couple days, once we get a whole bunch of comments here, I'll randomly pull a winner. We'll rip those 2 packs for you on a YouTube video and then send all the hits your way. So good luck. And again, comment and subscribe and we'll get you entered. And let's talk about, do you break them down or do you hold them? long term. So one thing to consider when we're talking about broken loose packs is obviously if you're a rip and shipper, doesn't matter. That's not a consideration. These are always going to be the way to go. If you're going to store long term and storage is a problem and you want to break down the packs, just remember you're going to lose. You may lose some premium versus the box. Sealed is always better. Everyone is always concerned about loose packs except sleeved packs, which we're not talking about here. Loose packs are always going to be suspicious long term. They're just not going to appreciate necessarily as well as a sealed product will. So just keep that in mind. That's a viable option, right? Especially if you're getting these cheap and you're getting a huge discount versus market price. You can make that, make that determination. And the other thing too, if you're holding these long-term in an investing standpoint, there's no reason that you can't break these down in the future. You can store them for now, and if your situation changes, you got to move, you're compressed on space, you have other opportunities that you don't want to pass up from, and that you're going to fill that volume with in your storage space, there you could break them down at that point and then store those loose packs. And again, just going back to make sure this is as a whole, as a collector investor, make sure your storage space for everything that you're holding is conditioned well. It's dehumidified. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. That stuff matters long term. It's a cost that people don't really consider long term. So that's it. These are a good product to get. They're an option for MSRP. Just the storage considerations are huge. If you're going to rip packs, this is a way to go. If you're a rip and shipper, this is the way to go. This is a great way to get packs for cheap. Just make sure you're considering your storage environment and storage volume. So that's it for today on PokeMarketLab. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Of course, if you like what we're doing, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We have some membership tiers here on the channel as well. And check out Sleeved TCG, link in the description below. Fantastic Discord community, some great conversations happening there. And they have really, really fast monitors that'll allow you to get alerts either in Discord or even on your phone to be able to get product at MSRP like these quickly and kind of beat those bots and beat everyone else. So that's it for today, PokeMarketLab. We'll see you on the next one.